Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Good morning, America. Good morning, Philippines, and to the rest of the world who is watching our video tonight. So tonight, Papa Bear, last time I show you how to make my Shanghai lumpia version. But tonight, Papa Bear will be showing us how Papa Bear's version of Creole red beans.
Yeah, and my family is from South Louisiana, and all the people that I know that's going to be seeing this on the American side, they know it's a tradition in New Orleans to eat red beans on Monday. And red beans come in a lot of versions, but I prefer the Creole style, and it's more of a gravy with it. And I'll show you how we make the gravy and stuff like that. But the main thing with ours is it's all about the seasoning. And we have what we call the Holy Trinity, and that's onions, bell pepper, and celery. Well, unfortunately, tonight I had to leave one of my Trinity out, my bell peppers, because I've been dealing with gout in my ankle really bad. So I couldn't get to the market today, and G had to go to work. So we had to scale down the seasoning a little bit, but there's a lot you can do with your powdered seasonings to offset that. So one of the things I'm going to discuss will be how I season my stuff and when I season it. And it makes a big difference. So I'm going to get started getting my prep ready, and then I'll come back to you in just a minute.
Just a minute. Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
For me, because I'm not familiar with that food, although I eat that red bean several times, but I'm curious, what does Creole means?
It's actually our native heritage in New Orleans. Creole is a mixed race, and New Orleans is called the melting pot, and it's really what makes New Orleans unique. We don't really get caught up in a lot of racism there that we're seeing on the TV every day. New Orleans people believe in working hard and playing hard. And food is very, very important to our culture. But we're just the melting pot of the whole world ends up in New Orleans. So we don't really get hung up on how white your skin is or how dark your skin is. It's just whether you're a good person. And a Creole is just a mixture of a lot of different races.
Mixture.
Yep.
So, speaking about mixture, tonight I will show you the recipe of Papa Bear. He has this chopped celery and garlic, and he has this chopped onion. He has this onion powder, garlic powder, salt, black pepper, and my favorite, Slapia Mama. And then, this one is not my favorite. This one is Papa Bear's favorite. Hot sauce.
We ran out of our good hot sauce. Yeah, and all these seasonings I use, plus the bell pepper, and then I didn't have up here, I have a little bit of paprika. I have to keep putting my glasses on. Sorry, my surgery didn't go so well on my eyes. I'll go over how much of everything I use, and then we'll actually start preparing it. But what I do is I use 1 pack of red beans, kidney red beans, and that's about 1 pound. And then on the pork, I can't get the pork that I love. I love andouille sausage, or there's a green pepper and onion sausage and stuff like that I get out of New Orleans and Baton Rouge. And just some regular, just good Brian sausage. I can't get any of that here. And the sausage in the Philippines would ruin this recipe because it's real sweet, like candy. And it doesn't have any taste like ours. It's no
sausage in the Philippines is different.
There's no similarity. If you put a sausage at the store here, you will absolutely ruin your red beans. So what I just use ground pork.
And we were not able to go to SNR store because of lockdown. There's no way to get in there to buy sausage.
Right, and even that sausage is not as spicy, but it's good. It has a great flavor to it, and that's what's important. It's a nice smoked sausage or a nice hot sausage. Now, like me, I like my stuff spicy. She can't handle it. So like even on the Slap Your Mama, I have cut back on it, and I don't even put the Tabasco sauce in because she can't eat it. Now, when I fix my bowl, of course, I doctor it up a little bit more for me. But I'm going to go over the recipe, and then she's going to have it typed up on the screen for y'all to copy down. But this is just a traditional recipe, and it's 1 pack of red beans. And most important thing with the red beans is you need to wash them well, and you need to let them soak overnight.
We soak it overnight.
Right. I put mine in the refrigerator last night before I went to bed.
If you watched the video last night, we soak it in the pot overnight.
On the pork, I use about 1/2 pound. Now, a lot of people use a lot more, but I love the flavor of red beans. So I don't really want to, have so much pork in there I can't even taste the red beans. So I use about 1/2 pound. When you get started, you need 2 tablespoons of oil, a couple of bay leaves. I use 2 to 3 cloves of garlic crushed, depending on how big they are. I use 1 jumbo yellow onion, 1 bell pepper, and 2 to 3 ribs of celery. Depends on how long they are. 1 tablespoon of oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and then when it's almost done, I add a little more salt and pepper to taste, just to get the taste I like. And then I also cheat a little bit because we have these, how you pronounce it, andouille noodles? The noodles?
Andouille noodles.
The andouille noodles here have a season pack that comes with it. And I found out they add a little enhancement to my beans. And they just got a little mixture of Korean seasonings in it. So I actually add that to it also.
Indonesian seasoning.
Right. Yeah. So it's really good. So I just top it off with that and just give it a little more flavor. But that's really all you need. And then 6 cups of water. So when your beans are soaked overnight, the next day when you take them out, you drain. I rinse, I drain again, and then I set them up. Okay?
Boiling for how many hours?
Well, I'll get into that once I get into the other parts of the recipe. But right now, I just want you to know what seasonings you need. And like I said, if you leave something out or whatever, that's fine. I explained to her about the Holy Trinity in New Orleans, that we always believe in celery, onions, and bell pepper. That's where you start with everything and go from there. But here I have all I need. I'm very comfortable with my red beans. Are going to turn out good. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up and I'm going to start getting my stuff ready. And she'll take some videos as I'm moving about and show you our workspace and where we work at. Alrighty? See you in a few minutes.
Okay, come on.
Beans in the pot now. I've rinsed them, set them up in the pot. Now I'm going to cook my pork. I made another little recipe for Paolo and Gigi for when they got home from work today, so I had to use some of my pork on that little bit of recipe. But I'm going to show you now how we season the beans and how I go about doing it. Well, come on back here, I'll show you my little workspace. Unfortunately, I don't have the big stove here to work with, so this is my little space. So I have the beans cooking over here. I already have them on a real low fire until I get all the seasoning in, and then I'll bring them to a boil. First thing I do is I just cook my sausage real quick, my pork. And you don't have to season that pork a lot, because you're going to have all the other seasoning. And this is what I was talking about, the andouille noodles we buy. The little season pack they have in here has some dried onions and onion powders and something that's really good. Makes it nice. This is actually my favorite noodle to eat in the Philippines.
It's one of my favorite too.
So once I cook this pork up, I'm going to actually set it aside. And then I'm going to saute the vegetables. And then the pork I actually put in right before the beans get ready. So actually I'm just going to put the pork actually back in the refrigerator. And then we'll go from there. So the pork will cook for a couple of minutes. And sometimes I do put a little bit of onions, or I'll put a little bit of salt and pepper in the pork when I'm cooking, but not much, because it's not needed. Because you're going to have a really nice amount of seasoning going in. So for right now, the pork is cooking, the beans are on. I'm going to pull the pork off, and then I'll show you when I start to saute my vegetables. I'll see you in a minute. Alright, right now what I'm doing is I'm getting my vegetables sauteed to go in the beans. Like I said, I saute mine with a little bit of butter, and then I'm missing 2 stalks of my celery, but it's all right. I have all my other seasonings. As I'm getting them ready, I'm gonna grab my onion powder. So I have my garlic powder and my onion powder, just about a 1/4 teaspoon on both. My oregano. And then, most importantly, I get my slap your mama. And on the slap your mama, it's nice if you can put a lot in there, but I have to be careful because G and Paolo's palate ain't quite up to mine. So I use a teaspoon on it. Normally I would use a couple of teaspoons. With the sauteing, you need to really have a good skillet, because what you're hoping to get, and this is very important with the skillet, you're hoping to get a little bit of the bits and stuff stuck to the bottom of the skillet. It's really cooked up good, the garlic bits and stuff. Because believe it or not, that's part of your flavor for this. So you actually use a rubber spoon where you can kind of scrape the bottom of the thing, your pan, your skillet. So try to always have a really nice skillet to do your sauteing in. And most importantly, please don't let it burn. You know, a lot of people when they're making roux, part thing on the roux is you have to almost burn it. Well, you're not trying to do this here. You're just trying to soften up these onions and bell peppers and get that flavor all mixing together. So right now, I'm pretty happy with this right here. I'm going to let it go just a few seconds longer. And then it's going to go straight into the beans. And then on the beans, normally my cooking time on beans is about 2 hours. But we will come back in about 45 minutes because there's a process when your beans are about halfway done to make the gravy. So we have the beans going over here. I got to bring them up to a ball. I'm going to put my Trinity in there, all my seasoning. And then it's already starting to boil. So I just bring it up to a hard boil. And I didn't measure my water, so I may have to add just a little bit, but that's fine because you want the gravy. So we're already, if you come up closer, you can see we're already at a hard boil. So now you want to put the fire down a little bit less than medium, right about there, and then I cover them, clean up my mess. And then what you'll do is I'll check my time. And in about 45 minutes I'll come back and show you with this fork how we make the gravy. Thank you. Be back in a minute. Alright. Well, it's been cooking now for about 35 to 45 minutes. Some people wait up to an hour. To me, I just actually check the beans. And what I do here is to create the gravy effect. If you can come up a little bit closer. I had a bigger spoon, but it bit the dust on me. I still might can use it. But you take the beans and you actually smash them on the side of the pot. And you just keep doing that. And I'll come back 2 or 3 times. Like if I'm working on my computer or doing some other work. But that's all you do. You just take the beans, and that's why you need to have a really good pot and a lot better spoon than I have. And you just smash them. And you can see the gravy's already starting to take effect. And the more you do this, the more you'll have a really nice creamy gravy to go with your red beans. But really, just do this as much as you like, to the thickness you like. And I'm going to let this cook some more. And what we normally do is this process here, we said takes about 2 hours to cook the beans. So we still have like another hour to go. And normally this is the time, if you want to come out here, that we would make our rice and start getting that ready. while the beans continue to cook. And then when it gets to the last few minutes, I'll add my sausage to it before I get ready to serve it. But with the rice pot here, it takes about 15 minutes, and it's very simple. I use normally 2 cups of rice when it's just the 3 of us here, and the recipe's like anybody else's, except I put a little butter in my rice when I cook it, so I put a little bit of butter, a little bit of oil, and salt. And then I use the old tried and true 2-for-1, 2 cups of rice with 4 cups of water. So my rice is already cooked because I fixed something a little bit earlier. So our rice will be ready to go. The beans are going now. So in about an hour, we'll check it, put the sausage in, and be able to see the end results. See you in a little bit.
Go.
All right, the last thing I did was I took the ground pork that I put in the refrigerator, and we put it in the pot, and we let it cook for about another 15 minutes to get that seasoning for the salt and pepper that's on the pork mixed in really good. And then what we do in New Orleans and Baton Rouge and areas is we make a typical rice mold. And we put the beans in a big bowl, and we make a little nice rice mold and decorate it up with a little bit of parsley if you like, and put it in the center. And then each person just gets a scoop of rice with their beans to go, and that's it. That's my Creole red beans. And then Gigi was nice enough to make us a nice mango smoothie to go with our dinner tonight, so we feel like we're eating like rich people. We feel like we're eating like rich people tonight. We got nice mango smoothies, some great Creole red beans and rice. Can't ask for much more. Y'all have a great night. Thank you very much. Well, obviously we passed the taste test.
Later empty.
That's really good, and I feel like I bring a little piece of home with me when I'm able to cook some of my stuff that I grew up eating, and red beans, like I said, it's just a staple of our diet. But the smoothie really topped it off. It was delicious. So all we got left now is to deal with the dirty dishes and the dirty pots and the dirty pans.
Waiting. So thanks for watching this video. Belly is full now. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click the bell. And see you in the next video.
Thank you. Good night.
I can't forget the day we met. Your eyes so blue